Thank you very much. First, let me make it clear that, in my opinion, President William Ruto will go down in history as the most reform-minded and transformative president that this country has ever had and probably will ever have. I say so because in this administration, we have seen privatization acts legislated in 2025. We have seen the Government-Owned Enterprises Act legislated and enacted, very transformative. And you know, when you want to transform a country or any system, you must disrupt it. So what we are seeing is actually disruption that is positive and progressive. We have just had National Infrastructure Fund enacted into law, and a fund that has attracted over 2.8 billion US dollars. If you study or you take a sample of all the funds that have been set up, the National Infrastructure Funds, probably ours has the highest startup or initial capital. I have discussed the Indian fund, the Indian model with them. They started with less amount than ours. So we are starting at a very strong position. Now we have the Sovereign Wealth Fund, another first for this administration. So I don't think I'm sycophantic if I say that President William Ruto will go down as the most transformative, the most reform-minded president, and thankfully I will be hanging on his coat for the period that I served in this office, also to be branded probably the most transformative cabinet secretary, depending on how long I sit here. But where we are taking this country, as a government, we are taking this country. You know, we have said it, and it sounds like a joke, but it's the reality, that we are taking this country to Canaan through Singapore. But now it appears even we will be rerouting through Norway before we navigate to Canaan. But again, because we want to reach Canaan quickly, we will make sure that we fast track the journey. That is why we are starting. National Infrastructure Fund is up, and the board will be announced soon. And again, now today we are enacting another fund, the Sovereign Wealth Fund, with very robust governance structures, with a board that will be competitively recruited, apart from those who are going to come from the government. So I see a future for this country. Finally, in this fund, the stabilization component is going to be very critical. Remember, just the other day, we have been complaining, and even today, that we need to lower the prices of petroleum products, the oil prices. And you hear people talk of reduce prices, reduce prices, reduce prices. For you to be able to manage that, the shocks, you must have a dedicated fund that would help you do that. And this is one of the routes. It is not about shouting in political rallies. You cannot go to a political rally and reduce the price of petrol, for example. It is not possible. But that is what you are made to believe, that the government can just stand somewhere and say the prices of diesel will come from 182 to 60 shillings. It cannot happen. It will only happen when we have deliberate and dedicated funds which would help us in approaching such initiatives. Thank you very much.